Are we awake then? You almost missed this. Look at these colourful windows. Look at the light.
Ali.
We came to see you, Jack.
We? Is he?
He is your son.
My son?
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Ali, where do we go from here?
Wherever we go, I want to go with you.
Will you marry me? Both of you.
We will. We stayed in Paris as husband and wife. And our son, Tommy. The days went by quickly. Jack had learned much working as a builder in Saint-Denis. Days became months. Then after a year, we both grew restless. Where can we go from here, we asked ourselves again. We both confessed that we wanted to see our families, our friends. And then we knew where we wanted to go. Home. Even if it was in shambles.
We need to hurry. The ship to England will leave soon.
What's going on here?
Whatever it is, if the crowd doesn't clear up, we'll miss our ship. Do you know what's going on?
Oh, chaos. I can't get these people to calm down. God knows I tried.
What happened?
The jongleur told the crowd a few stories. Then he sold people some miracle charms, but it was just fairy tales and painted stones.
Well, it always is.
I know, but I'd need a real miracle to calm them down now. Otherwise, they'll rip him apart. Oh, what a remarkably foreign-looking likeness of the Holy Virgin.
Do you think this might calm them down?
I've already tried appealing to their faith. It would require a direct word from God to calm them down.
She doesn't do anything yet, but if I stood with her where it's colder... Do you see? It's working.
Your friend Rashid must be quite the miracle worker.
What's going on?
The Holy Mother. She's crying.
Revere the Holy Mother, for she has blessed us with a sign from the heavens. Cease your doings right now and witness the miracle.
It's true.
Lord in heaven. Why is she crying?
She weeps for your sins. What has this man done to you that you would treat him like a wild animal?
He tricked us and took our coin.
And you would kill him for your own foolishness. The Holy Virgin weeps, for you are not living by the word of God.
It is the Mother of God.
Forgive us, Holy Mother.
Where did she come from?
For hundreds of years, she languished in the land of the Saracens. Dormant, she has been waiting for the one to bring her home.
Listen to what he has to say. The Holy Virgin has chosen this young family to protect her. Tell us all where you are headed.
Her destination is beyond these waters. In the small town of Kingsbridge, in the earldom of Shiring. There she wants to rest.
Kingsbridge?
Where's that?
Hail Mary!
Make way for the Holy Virgin!
Hallelujah!
Make Robert well!
Huh?
Blessed Mary, let my daughter conceive.
Give us a good harvest!
They're donating to ask for her blessing.
Oh. The weeping Madonna shall hear your prayer. And with your donations, I shall build her a new shrine at Kingsbridge, a cathedral.
It's you!
Who do you mean?
You! The red-haired ghost!
Me? A ghost?
My husband is very much alive. I've known him since he was 12 years old.
But he drowned. By God, you drowned. 24 years ago. On the White Ship. My poor son. My Jacques.
His name was Jacques.
Jacques Cherbourg.
Jacques Cherbourg.
So much has grown, but there are no roots, no herbs.
What are you looking at, Jonathan?
The garden is in disorder. I want it to be right again, but I don't know how to do it.
Before I became prior, I thought the same about Kingsbridge.
Well, what did you do?
I cleaned up.
Where do we start?
Some plants are weeds and must go before we can plant new seeds.
What are weeds?
They take away what the other plants need to grow. Light, water, room.
What do we do?
Pluck them. They look a lot like every other plant, so you need to learn how to tell them apart. Here, you see those? They're called wood sorrel. Let's pluck only those for now.
I'll do it.
If you insist. Make sure to pull out all of the thin roots.
And now what do I do?
For plants to take root, the soil must be loose and fertile.
So, may I dig now? Done. What's next?
Stay here. I'll be right back. Now, where did you put them? Ah, here they are. You always said you wanted to plant these seeds and make a new garden, Milius. I think it's about time.
What did you bring?
Do you remember Milius? A kind man with a warm smile. Well, he told me to give you this.
Wow!
Now we just have to wait.
All right.
How long?
Too long for us to keep sitting here.
That long.
Some things take time. And only with patience will you receive your reward.
Why do we have to do all these things if all we had to do is wait?
Simply waiting would not have been enough, Jonathan. You just paved the way for things to take their course. They are happening right now. And in a few days' time, we will return and see the first green leaf of something new.
Oh. Is it God's reward?
Maybe.
Does he make things grow?
You made it.
No, I just planted the seed.
Now you can fetch some water from the rain barrel.
But that water's smelly. It's been there forever. There are many trees by the river. I bet that water's better.
That's a longer walk, though.
I don't mind. The distance is worth it.
Maybe you're right. It is worth it. Let's walk together, then.
But I'll carry the bucket.
Why isn't Remigius holding the sermon? What's gotten into Philip?
Our church lies in ruins. But all of this, these dire times, have revealed something important to us. Something that, maybe until today, I wasn't aware of.
What do you mean?
You've been praying in these ruins. But you've been praying like you always did, in humbleness. We don't need a church for prayer.
Where else are we going to pray? The chapter house?
The church is where God resides.
God doesn't work in the ways we might assume. Today, Jonathan tended to our garden to make it beautiful again. And he told me of things I almost had forgotten. Good and evil are not in here or out there. They are within each of us. God made us in his image. Thus we carry the godly spark within us. But we have witnessed that man can have the devil in his heart as well. Prayer needs no special place, for we are his. In our actions,
we are God's temple.
No man is closer to God than any other. Whether you pray in church or on the streets of our town, whether you're a man, woman...
Philip, look outside! You have to see them. You've got to see the horses and the colours.
Jonathan. Now, what's going on?
I heard noises and I went to look.
Calm down.
But the priest said they brought a miracle.
Who? What? What priest?
Step right up, brothers and sisters. For you are about to see something that will change your life.
Who is that?
They brought us a miracle.
A miracle?
Don't be shy. There is no danger, just awe that... Ah, you must be Prior Philip. I am Brother Reynold. I have been sent by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Here is his letter, in case you have reasonable doubts. We've been charged to accompany the Weeping Madonna. She is to replace the loss of your relic, Saint Adolphus the Martyr, who was taken from you, I hear, with brute force.
What?
On her travel from far away Africa, she has collected donations to reward Kingsbridge for your faith in her and in the Lord.
I can't believe this. What is all this?
You do believe. That is why she came. And that is why... The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway land named Africa. A baptized Saracen was her former guardian. And I and the custodians of the Holy Virgin were chosen to take her on a journey.
What country did you say you came from?
We have traveled all the way from a place of wonders to the faraway land.
Africa has many.
Yes, it... I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles. Many bore witness to her miracle before it dawned upon me. She wanted to go home, but where? It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge. But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter?
What's it like in Africa?
The sun is always shining, and it's a land of great deserts, fig trees, and creatures that an Englishman can't even dream up.
Like these horses.
Ah, they are not. To you, they might resemble horses, but the name the Africans have for these creatures is She said, "You shall build me a new church in Kingsbridge." So we set off, with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury. And along the road, from Paris, across Normandy, over the sea, and all the way to Kingsbridge.
You mentioned there were fig trees in Africa. What are they?
It's a fruit, of course. It looks like a strawberry.
The scripture mentions these figs.
No two apples look or taste alike.
I'm getting the impression that this man has never even been to Africa. But why would he lie?
The Weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you. I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters. The Weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you. I will tell you again, dear brothers and sisters. The Weeping Madonna has chosen you, all of you.
What is in this book
You must
will
be
not help
thinking,
me more than the answers
how
I can
can he
find
be
in my
so
own
sure?
heart.
In the beginning, I was not. I only had my faith. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles. Now, brothers and sisters, I have heard that life, but it is in places like these, and in dark times like these, that God's light shines brightest. And along the road, from Paris, across Normandy, over the sea, and all the way to Kingsbridge.
They look almost like...
Devout Christians have given money
hollow.
for the
Feels like a
building of
wicker
the
basket
church
covered
of
in
the
pelt.
Weeping Madonna. This church of Kingsbridge.
Do you speak English?
No English.
Oh, I think you might have stepped into What? Where? No English.
Just un poco, si.
Could you talk to this man, Martha?
Yes, it's strange. He was quite talkative just a moment ago. He told me he was from Damascus in Africa.
Isn't Damascus in Arabia?
There's one in Africa too, I'm sure.
Why are you pretending you can't speak English?
No inglese,
You must be thinking, how can he be so sure? In the beginning, I was not. I only had my faith. I knew not her powers or destination. Nevertheless, I carried her for many miles, and I will tell you again.
Tell me the truth. Why?
We are guardians of the Holy Virgin. We were appointed by the Archbishop of Canterbury, but it was the Holy Virgin herself who chose us, while she...
Oh, yes. How did that happen?
She speaks with...
She is a true miracle that will change your life as she changed mine. Many... She wanted to go home, but when? It came to me in a dream. It was Kingsbridge. You must wonder.
I am Philip. Who are you, young man?
To be the home of the Holy Virgin. She said, "You shall build me
Why are
a
you
new
hiding?
church in Kingsbridge." So we set off with the blessing of Archbishop Theobald of Canterbury.
That's not fit for a shrine.
Now, brothers and sisters,
Nothing sacred about this.
I have heard that life has not been kind to Kingsbridge, but it is in places like these, and in dark times like these, that God's light shines brightest. And along the road, from Paris, across Normandy, over the sea, and all the way to Kingsbridge, devout Christians have given money for the building of the Church of the Weeping Madonna. Can you feel it, brothers and sisters? You are about to witness a miracle. The Madonna knows how you have suffered. The Virgin Mother had to witness the rise and fall of her Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, and never stopped believing. Kingsbridge has endured. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burned to the ground.
How do you know this?
And your new one collapsed even before construction was finished. You have suffered.
Dada!
All of you have lost husbands.
Dada!
All of you know how it is to be hungry and afraid. But you have kept your faith. And the Madonna knows. She will weep for you and the suffering of mankind. For she knows how it is to lose a son.
Jack. Aliena.
Philip.
But this is...
a miracle, isn't it? Or something along those lines.
But how?
We thought it was time to give Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Well, Philip? Do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy? But... It's been almost 3 years since I last saw you, Jack. Where on earth did you find him?
I'd almost given up looking for him. Then Tommy found him.
And you decided to come back?
Well, this is our home, after...
Then what on earth is all this? This
With the Madonna, we were able to collect for your priory and for...
Really?
We can start anew.
What's the catch?
I'll get to be Master Builder.
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colours, and... Oh, you should have seen it. They combined rib vaulting and pointed arches. I want to do that. That's why.
Why here? The townspeople probably think that's enough to build a whole cathedral, but to me it looks like about £100. You know, that won't even pay for a year's work.
Like all of this, it's a symbol. Enough for a fresh start.
And the Madonna will stay here. Kingsbridge will attract visitors and donations again.
You mean I should be thankful for these lies and tricks?
Jack! Aliena! You came back!
We wanted to see you, little sister.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. But look at you! And the little one!
Tommy.
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge. Richard shows up every now and then, and Ellen returned to the forest.
We need to visit her.
Father lives with her now.
What's wrong, Mother?
I'm glad you're back.
I am too. Very glad.
She looks like she's about to cry.
She will weep for your suffering, Kingsbridge. She knows your pain.
What now?
The miracle!
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes!
Look at her.
Heaven.
They're shining.
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's impossible.
Why are you weeping?
She's mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
It seems through her faith in all of your lies, Mary has found a miracle. We can't keep trying to repair Kingsbridge by ourselves. Things are not improving. We're struggling to keep things as they are.
But we can't afford to hire help.
Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James's time.
All these past years, my advice was good enough for you. But it appears you've changed your mind now, again.
It is time we started doing something to wake up and make Kingsbridge...
I'm not willing to accept. Don't you remember what happened last? My, how easily we forget.
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random strangers to make things better. Philip, why in God's name have you stood by and let... They're tricking us into giving them money for false idols.
They are giving us money.
So that we'll place this idol in our priory? Do you approve of this?
People need hope, and these travelers are giving them hope. Yes, it is a deception, but with good intentions. Mary speaks again. Is that not a true miracle?
You fell for them. You really did. And now I'm warning you. I cannot support a prior who tolerates heresy.
Your threat won't, no matter how unconventional. Their return and their gift are a blessing.
You made your decision, Philip of Gwynedd. And now, I resign. I'm leaving the priory.
You got so big, Tommy. And you're just as shy as your father was.
Don't let him fool you. Usually, he's always up to something.
We are so proud of you. Of both of you.
Is she still here?
Hmm?
Your wife, Agnes?
No. Ellen and Martha moved her to Kingsbridge. She got a proper burial this time.
Will you come back with us too?
Would you want that?
Yes. I need your help with the cathedral. Philip and I have big plans.
We'll come.
Ellen, we found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
But... really? What were they like?
They were good people.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him, like his father.
He does. But they never came for him or asked about him.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship?
No.
The king's family drowned.
My father was there. He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
You told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes. But I know he was innocent. I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name. I fell in love. I helped him escape. But in the end, they caught up with us.
What happened then?
They hanged him. I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet. He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
Sang sweeter than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom net.
No! No!
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Who were they?
The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley, Prior James of Kingsbridge, and Archdeacon Waleran Bygod. They showed no mercy. Neither did I. I curse you! All of you! He will return to haunt you! One day, you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness and regret. The people they killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
We welcome our new Prior Remigius. He helped to recover the bones of the Saint of Kingsbridge, Adolphus, from the hands of thieves. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter of a few years until the cathedral will be finished. And the Earl of Shiring has promised to support us. But he has not done so for himself. No, the Earl is not a selfish man. His mother, Lady Hamley, is sick. More and more, I feel the whole of England is suffering from a sickness. The sickness of war, poverty, and most of all, heathen beliefs. I have spoken to God. I asked him, begged him to walk amongst us, to heal us. But God told me that only when this great cathedral is finished will he have a temple to reside in. No matter the cost, this shall be a towering castle to protect us from evil and false beliefs. With this cathedral, we will bring an end to the dark times.
Waleran, by God!
Jack? What are you doing here?
My father died by your hands, Waleran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here!
Who are you?
I know that man. He's that bastard from Kingsbridge.
That man is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls, and by the word of the king.
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and fulling mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild. All workers are invited to come and work for us.
Oh, preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.
It had been 3 years. 3 years of drought. 3 years of hunger and poverty. England was brought to its knees. Only our walls had kept us safe from the bands of outlaws raiding towns and villages. Bishop Waleran and William Hamley forced the workers to finish their cathedral in Shiring. Many had died. The work on our own cathedral had almost come to a halt. 4 weeks the storm had raged on. It was then that our cathedral gave up its last secret. And everything changed.
Tom! told you you wouldn't like the sight of this.
It looks bad, but it's not the wall I'm worried about. It's good you sent the workers home during the storm. Now do us all a favour and do the same. Go home. Your children hardly get to see you. Tommy and Sally have been asking about you all morning. You'll kill yourself up here!
That crack down there must have been due to the storm. If the storm works, I work.
My cathedral was never designed to be this high.
I know! I reinforced the walls. It cannot be the height.
What else was damaged? I'd look myself, but I dare not come closer. If your mother knew I was up here at all, she'd kill me.
Both of us.
What?
She would kill both of us!
Careful over there!
If we don't find out what's causing this, then the whole east wall will come down. The storm is making it worse.
You're right. What about Aliena?
She should be on her way back.
Oh, I hope she's all right in this.
Yeah, I hope so too. No. I don't want to break more stones loose. That won't help solving my problem. The vaulting is cracked. If I make it worse, then we'll at least know what the problem is.
You're probably right.
All right. One more time.
And? What happened?
If the vaulting were unstable, this part should have collapsed and the wall would retract.
So, the cause of our problem is not up here?
No.
When we erected the eastern wall 17 years ago, there was also a crack. No matter what we did, it always came back. Remember?
Yes. Yeah, I remember. But this is not the same wall. We rebuilt it.
Still, could the cause not have been the same in both cases?
Maybe. The crypt!
Huh. How kept the whole foundation there as it was?
But it never had to carry this much weight before.
You're right. If the cause of our problem is down there, we'll find it. You go ahead.
Don't you need help?
I'll manage. Just don't tell your mother.
Are you sure?
Go on. I know you can't wait to get down there.
Neither can you. I'll just take a quick look and wait for you.
They were enraged. Bishop Henry thinks that the Pope should hear about what you wrote.
I think so, too. I would be honored if he read my book.
Philip, I really am worried about you.
There is no need for you to worry, Jonathan. It is just a book.
The problem is that the people love your sermons and what you wrote, even though most of them can't read. Your book is being copied in priories all over England.
Is that not a good thing, if our message gives people hope?
In desperate times, hope can be a powerful force.
That is very true.
Well, I fear the bishops. They might come to believe you took that power from them.
Huh? Do you?
Jack!
Have you been atop the cathedral during the storm?
Don't worry, Philip. The storm isn't as bad up there. Jonathan, did you and the others come directly from Winchester?
Yes, we did.
What about Aliena?
She stayed a day longer for the Fleece Fair. She should be on her way back now.
In this storm?
We didn't expect it to get worse.
No one did.
I am sure she'll be all right.
I need to go. I think I know why the east wall is unstable.
Yes? Why is that?
I'm not sure, but I think the answer lies down in the crypt. I should hurry before it's too late. Jonathan is probably right. Aliena will be fine. Still, I'd feel better if she was here with us. I think I know what caused the problems we have.
Wonderful. You know, I just realized that the crack in the wall reminds me of the one...
The one that burned down?
Yes. I only noticed it when I visited after Prior James died.
It wasn't there before then?
No. I remember that I thought the crack looked like a finger, pointing at the sinners of Kingsbridge.
A grim thought.
I was not happy with the state of Kingsbridge back then.
Philip is right. It does look like a finger, pointing right at the crypt. Once I know what caused this, we can reinforce the wall and fix it. But only if that's... I better wait for Tom. I know he doesn't want to miss anything.
it's down here too. The first cracks are showing.
That means we were right. The cause of the instability must be down here.
The ground.
Could be.
The drought could have made it worse.
We'll find out. Rashid was right. People love to believe in miracles. The reason most people come to Kingsbridge now is for Philip's servants. He tells them what they need to hear. He gives them hope. This is the spot. Let's find out what the real problem is. The old wall here. If there's dry sand behind there, we know it's the ground.
Just be careful when you work on that wall. If it's the ground and the foundation, the whole...
Here we go. But what? I think I can feel a draft.
What?
One more time.
Can you see well enough?
Yeah.
Jack, watch out!
It's all right.
What is it?
Dear God. These stones, they've been removed before.
The mortar is missing on most of them.
Whoever put them back just added some mortar on top of the stones to hide the fact that they were removed. The tile at the bottom was completely loose.
What does that mean?
I think it was an entrance.
An entrance? To where?
That's what we'll find out.
Careful now. You've got the whole east wall on top of you. Jack?
Jack?
I'm all right. I just hit my head. It's dark in here. There's a whole room here. A chamber.
What's that?
I'll get a torch. Philip, I'll get it. You stay here.
Is that a coffin? Oh, there's sand everywhere. Huh? It's a bed.
What?
There's a bed in here.
What? Jonathan, we need that torch.
That's not wood. It's metal. Gold, even. It's made of leather. It's a whip. What is that doing here?
I have the torch.
All right, come in here. Should be safe.
Yes.
Did you know about this place?
No. No, I did not. I have seen this chalice before, when I was very young. It's the chalice of the Eucharist from Kingsbridge Cathedral. Cuthbert told me about it. They said it was stolen.
And melted down, I know. Mother told me. They also said it was my father who did it.
Did they?
So he's innocent then?
He must be.
And whoever hid the chalice is responsible for his death. They hanged him in Shiring for stealing this chalice. But it was here all along.
That scourge, the whip. It belonged to Prior James. I was afraid of it when I first visited Kingsbridge with Francis and Abbot Peter. Even the look of it scared me.
James. Maybe it was him. I think I saw him during the night of the fire in the cathedral. When the old cathedral burned down, there was a man in the fire. His shoulders were bloody, as if he had chastised himself.
It is you! By God and the devil!
He told me that he had sinned, that he had done something to me. Perhaps because I looked like my father.
So he confessed for framing your father while he hid the cup here?
But it couldn't have been James you saw. James died weeks before the fire.
Did he? You said they never found his body. Maybe he hid down here. Maybe that's why the bed's here.
Wait. Jack, you were in the burning cathedral. What were you doing there?
And then I told Philip what I had done. He just looked at me. He didn't say anything.
Waileran, what do you want?
Do you think it is wise to resign yourself to gluttony at times like these, while your people starve on the streets of Shiring?
Don't play the saint. You promise them miracles, and you make them pay. But your miracles never work out, do they?
God works in ways that we cannot comprehend.
My mother cannot walk. You failed. Again. What do you want?
I came about a book.
The Bible, again.
No. Philip of Gwynedd wrote it. And the church is displeased. Bishop Henry was enraged. This is our chance, William.
Your chance, you mean? If you need forces, talk to Walter or Ugly. I don't care. I built your fucking cathedral. I'm done.
It's not just about Philip. It's about Aliena and her family.
Don't mention that name.
But have you not heard? King Stephen and Maud's son just signed a peace treaty.
I don't care.
You should care.
I said I don't. Now leave, and don't come back unless I ask for you. Where's my wife?
They've not returned yet, Lord William.
Then get me a whore! Now!
I am sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Someone! Help me! Please! I need help!
Hello? Oh dear, are you hurt?
My horse! It fell! I can't move!
Take my hand! We'll get you inside! We'll only be here until it's safe to leave. We won't bother you. I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
Mm-hmm.
Shake her, Bernie.
Should have let her die. We would all be better off without someone like her.
like this. Hold your horses. We'll see what happens.
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much left.
We still have our lives.
And our dignity.
You still have yours.
What's she doing now?
I don't know. I think she's freezing. Maybe we should be kinder to her.
No, they don't deserve our kindness.
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
Just try to ignore it. I am.
I can't carry it in my bag. She's avoiding eye contact.
You should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Be assured, I will leave as soon as...
Shush! Let her eat.
Thank you. Eat this. You must be hungry.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What?
Do you please don't start?
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they lost me.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced my last one for less than that.
Divorce? Oh, he's just been beside himself ever since his mother.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss feels like. And what you people are doing to us.
Stop bullying her! Can't you... How do they know you? This is...
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess he has to do a lot of things people don't like. And sometimes they
Wait. Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
William Hamley.
Oh, please don't... I swear, I'm not... I
used...
Really?
Why did you marry him?
My parents arranged it. And it was an honor to be picked.
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. How do you know him?
He wanted to marry me when I was your age. Apparently he likes young girls, no matter how old.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come?
He was a beast. So I refused.
You refused?
It caused a lot of misery.
You're so courageous. I can't even stand up to this.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to... He's no earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take some...
She has nothing to... Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see? She's another one of his...
I'll give over.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be the abuse and the humiliation every single day? I'm so sorry.
I'm crying.
Enough to know your pain.
I just...
Tom, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Come with me to Kingsbridge. People will take care of you there.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her! If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
Elizabeth stays with me.
No, she doesn't.
Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book. But only you know what my words in those letters amount to. It is different with the book I have written. It has found its way into priories throughout England and beyond. Because of my book, I may have to talk to but that is not the only thing that keeps me awake. Behind a wall in our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room. We do not know who built it, but it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial. And Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down. Was that him? And if so, did he burn in the fire that night? The dust storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws. We've heard of places nearby being raided. We believe the attackers were willing. We have enough food to last us another few weeks. But life, as Martha believes, there will be rain, so that the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she... Jonathan worries about my book, The Divine Soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than... I am not naive enough to pretend I do. I wrote that hope is godly. And since God made each... Henry sells hope. And I am giving it away for free. If the church should ask me to clarify my position, but I feel I must give our people what... And how could I write anything else? If this is what I truly believe. It must be well after midnight. With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me he set fire to the roof so there would be work for his father, Tom. And I don't think Tom knew either.
My God. Save yourselves! The Saint! We must save the Saint! Fire! The whole roof is in flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The Saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now to forgive Jack. Maybe because this confession comes too late. And from a man who I have learned to trust. This is the... I should get some air. The storm has settled down. Later. I need to... I know them by heart, but Jonathan insisted we keep them. I don't like to indulge in my own. A magnificent cathedral, but I would have been more than content with the old one. If James died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried, and that is Jack's fault. I'd rather stay outside. The storm has finally died down. Hello? I thought I saw someone. No. Something is wrong. The kitchen door is open. That came from the kitchen.
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead. There's someone in here.
Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk to them.
All right.
He's alone. There must have been others. Most of the food is gone.
We will not harm you. Do you hear me?
Ah! Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child. Just like that. And I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child. Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw 2 of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
These poor souls were starving. Many are forced to turn to thievery because of the drought.
A true Earl's duty should be to protect his people.
Yes, that would be nice. Let's ask William Hamley for help, shall we?
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child. Forgiveness is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
And, by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Language?
No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Well, I cannot sit quietly and wait until Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night. It's the outlaws we need to worry about.
Well, what do we do about it?
Ha! You know, we could solve all our problems with one blow. We could either fight those outlaws, or we could make them fight for us.
Fight for you?
Right! We could make them attack William Hamley.
Huh.
And while they're busy killing each other, we can plan a surprise attack.
I won't have any of that.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley, we might not need a physical confrontation at all.
That'll never work. We have to assault them and take back our father's castle. Even if that means fighting alongside the outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think, Elena?
I will talk to the outlaws. Maybe we can find someone who can speak on their behalf. And if there's no one, then we will.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
Our hopes of meeting allies on the road to Shiring were fading with every mile. The only people we saw were sitting by the side of the road, broken and starving. Shiring was riddled with death and despair. I'd heard that Wigley had just been raided by outlaws, leaving them almost entirely without cattle. Maybe someone there knew where the raiders had come from. But Cowford, on the other hand, had a recent falling out with William Hamley. There was a chance that they would be quick to join our resistance. As we reached Wigley, we met a farmer tending to a scrawny chicken. She told us that Hamley had claimed ownership of all their cattle. Shortly after that, the cattle vanished. Raiders had taken it. Some say they recognized the thieves, neighbors who had once lived among them. They were long believed to be among the dead. Were we really building our hopes? We entered the village. There was a weary young man trying to repair a roof. He pointed toward a ruined mill. Hamley's mill, he called it, which used to have the right to grind all grain from the nearby villages. That was until a few days ago. Hamley had come to collect his share and, due to the famine, was met with empty coffers. Enraged, he'd killed the miller. The fields of Huntley spurred fond memories. Here, I'd negotiated my first deal to transport and sell the farmer's wool. Now, the meadows had turned to straw. Soon, we reached Uncle Simon's abandoned hut. Our horses needed rest, so we wanted to leave them there while we looked around on foot. Then, I remembered how Richard had been kicked by the man William had paid to catch us, and the horrible sounds he'd made lying there. Inside the hut, I was startled by a hunched figure hiding in a corner, nibbling on a lump of bread. Upon seeing us, the creature's eyes widened, like those of a frightened animal. I asked him where he got bread in times like these. Was it stolen? No, I got it from the butcher. The people at Sally's quarry told me to ask the butcher, he blurted out, startled by his own voice. Mistaking us, before we could ask more, the frightened man jumped up and fled into the forest. The butcher. Was he the one we were looking for? The abandoned quarry was teeming with activity. Many poor souls were gathering around a fireplace, boiling a stew from meat and turnips. It was plain to see that these people weren't held together by... The outlaws were using a moss-covered cave and little huts as shelter. Through the cave entrance, we could see stacked crates of goods, most likely stolen. The outlaws were of varying ages, and all eyes darted towards us. Their reactions were as varied as their faces. Some looked afraid, curious, and confused. Others were, "Where can I find the butcher?" I asked. Their faces expressed anger and fear. I explained that we were looking for food. They told us that the butcher was still in Monksfield, but that meat would come every couple of days. I said that wouldn't be a problem, not knowing what they meant. It looked like... Thank you for giving me and my friend shelter the other day.
Weather's fine now. So what do you want this time?
We're looking for the butcher.
The butcher of Monksfield has long since moved away.
Damn, I can't believe it.
No need for cursing. If you bring me an animal, I can prepare it for you.
Do people call you the butcher then?
Why'd you ask? What do you want?
Do you have a lot of outlaws passing by?
You don't see it in their faces, dear. But we all have been failed by the law.
I asked because we feel the same way. And we're looking for a way to make things right again.
Is that so?
We're looking to build an army to invade Earl's Castle.
Oh my. If it was that easy, someone would have done. The poor souls I meet.
We would lead them.
I'm a knight. I know how to turn...
In their condition, most of them can barely kill a chicken, let alone a man. These people are
We'd reward them if they helped us.
You must know we are the rightful heirs to Earl Bartholomew of Shiring.
So, you're just another pair of nobles who want to use us as pawns in their battle. To die.
It is the best chance we have. This is a battle for the sake of the people of...
It's rubbish. It's what...
We are offering you a chance to rid the land of Hamley. To fight for your freedom.
The last time I saw you, you showed kindness. I am willing to listen to a good soul. But
That woman that was here, that you helped, that was Hamley's wife. His wife, by God. How stupid do you think we are?
Right, it's a trap.
Well... How can these people put their life at...
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I know what it's like to live in poverty.
And just like you, we had William Hamley to thank for it.
But I also know that if one fights the right battles, that things can change.
But they're starving, my child. They are weakened. Who are you to think you can face Will?
Yeah. You! Who do you think you are?
We are the children of Bartholomew, Earl of Shiring.
Our father once ruled with a firm but benevolent hand. You must remember how good you had it.
Well, better than now, but that's easy.
He did have guts, though, trying to take on Stephen.
So, you are his daughter and son, you say?
Yes. All we know, we learned from him.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Even if we work together, Hamley is too powerful.
You ask us to sacrifice our lives for your noble cause, these people will die.
There's only one person that has to die. William Hamley. And we have a plan that will make sure there'll be no bloodshed.
Is that true?
It is.
I don't believe them. Hamley has an entire army, for God's sake.
I could never face him.
Very true.
Listen to yourself. You don't sound any better than the kings and nobles that have stolen from us and forsaken us.
Yeah, get lost.
Wait!
Didn't you hear? Get out!
How can you be so dense? This is your battle too.
We've lost them, Richard. Let's go. It's probably better this way. We are on our own. If we succeed, things will be better. For all of you, I promise.
I will pray for you, child. It is not too late to stop. Stay away from Earl's castle.
For us, there is no turning back. And so, after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home. Because I had failed to gain support from the people of Shiring, my only hope now was a deal with William Hamley's mother, Regan. A woman whose possible support was only guaranteed by rumor.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up. Patience, patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Shut up!
Bloody beggars.
I want to go home.
Oi, you there. Yes, I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
What? Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. You'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.